Welcome back to the Nets. The views are unbiased, they're fast, they're furious. Topics that we would cover today: the new ICC chairman, the three series with six test sites, and the Rohit Sharma miscommunication. So, before we go anywhere, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, that will help me a lot. Jumping on to the first topic on hand, the new ICC chairman. So, turns up Greg Barclay has been nominated as the new ICC chairman. Would be an interesting selection considering coming in from not a top three side that was running the ICC. So back in the days, it was decided that we will be going in with the top three that will be dominating cricket. And considering Greg Bartley comes in from New Zealand, who has also been a big advocate of tri-series and quadrangular series rather than ICC championships, it will be an interesting change for the calendar year 2022. One of the big updates that did happen from ICC standpoint is the ICC Under 19 World Cup has been pushed away to 2021. That has been postponed. So the reason I call it interesting is the teams that were supposed to represent for the Under 19 World Cup now have to rethink the Under 19 squad. There will be players who manage to go over that Under 19 age criteria, and suddenly the teams that were, it's a big disappointment for players who were looking forward to, who were just 18 or 19 and were looking forward to represent their countries in a World Cup. They suddenly will have to sit back and just hope that something good happens their way and they get a chance to prove themselves. So that will be quite an interesting change. Let's hope everything happens good there. Hopefully we will have a vaccine for COVID by then, and everything gets back to normal again. The other big thing that happens is West Indies versus New Zealand, or New Zealand versus West Indies, I should say, since West Indies has traveled there. West Indies go in with a strong squad, and they have always been an amazing T20 team. So that will be an amazing contest starting tomorrow. New Zealand, probably one of the best teams in the shortest format of the game, take on West Indies. New Zealand will be without Williamson. They will be without Saudi. They have come in from a long IPL tournament, so they have been rested for the Test series, and it just shows the mindset that New Zealand is going with. Suddenly now they have a door open with the Test championships, where if they beat West Indies, if they beat Pakistan, they suddenly manage to be in the top two and will play the finals in England. So definitely something that they will look forward to. They have rested their best. It was also decided that the squad will be Saudi would have been looking over the captaincy there. So my apologies, it's not Saudi, it's Trent Boult and Williamson that will be rested. So Saudi will be captaining the T20 squad, and Santner will be acting as his assistant or vice captain for New Zealand. Santner is also believed to be captaining the T20 squad now for the final and the third and the final ODI. The big thing that came in from the West Indies dugout was that Phil Simmons, the manager and the coach for West Indies, was not even aware of where Andre Russell was. So many players have started doing this. They have started opting to play T20s or these leagues ahead of their national games, and which is kind of a sad thing because it was always believed that playing for the nation would probably be the biggest honor. They're opting for money over pride, which is a sad thing to see for any upcoming cricketer. But turns up that Andre Russell was playing in IPL. He went from one quarantine to the other one in LPL, which starts shortly here. But he will be playing there, and he had made himself unavailable for the West Indies national selection. Along with him was Evan Lewis and Lendl Simmons as well. So West Indies, in spite of that, West Indies do have an amazing squad for the shortest format. So it will be a great tournament with small boundaries. Something definitely to look forward to. The other tournament that starts in the next few days, 27th, I think, is the first T20, is England traveling to South Africa. England is one of the best squads right now in the shortest format. Ben Stokes, Jordan, um, you name it, they have it all. Josh Butler, they have it all. So that will be again a great tournament to watch. Lush green outfields in South Africa. Sadly, no spectators, so that will be a sad thing, but nothing we can do about it right now. And then the last squad would be uh, India versus Australia, or Australia versus India. India has gone out there. Um, they will be without Rohit Sharma for the shorter format, and as it turns out, Rohit will also be missing the first two test matches at least. A big loss, but I think the bigger loss would be Ishant Sharma not playing in. Ishant Sharma was a part of that bowling, the bowling lineup, the frontline bowling lineup, which will see Bumrah, Shami, and Ishant bowling for the first time together in Australia. So that would have been something really amazing to look forward to. But let's just take a step back and talk about the Rohit Sharma miscommunication that has happened. So Rohit Sharma, it turns up, was playing for Mumbai with a 60 or 70% fitness. Now, it would have made sense for Rohit to actually sit out and play this test matches, but for some reason that didn't happen, or either that communication has not happened because Ganguly comes out and says that if Rohit is fit, Rohit will be playing. Rohit is fit, but for some reason he is not really flying back to Australia. There was a picture posted on social media the other day where Rohit was in NCA. He looks a lot leaner, lot fitter, and for some reason he's not going to Australia, which is still a shocker because considering the COVID protocol, then the practice sessions that do happen, Rohit should have flown to South Africa now to even start for the third test match. Same has been the case with Ishant Sharma. So I feel Ishant's loss will be a bigger one now that you will have somebody like Yadav getting a go in the test match. He will at least start in the first test match. You may see Siraj and Saini also getting a go ahead, but India without Virat Kohli without Virat Kohli, without Rohit Sharma, might not be the same squad, and Australians might have had their tails up. They have already started the banter, which is a common thing when any team tours to Australia. But this was definitely a tournament which was something to look forward to. So I'm a little bit disappointed with Rohit Sharma himself not making a statement, and rightly so. I mean, his fitness and BCCI will be the one who will be releasing that statement on his behalf. But it's a disappointment since Rohit was probably the best batsman India has had in Australia so far till date. Um, his average in Australia has been higher than any other batsman that has gone to Australia from India in the past. So a big loss for India. Ishant Sharma, especially in the last 3 years, has probably been India's best test bowler. So even that will be missed. His services will be missed. So some kind of a communication has to be made from the selectors in India. Also, there was also a selection committee that was supposed to be identified in India, which has not yet happened. So let's just sit and watch what happens next. But I really hope that instead of Rohit Sharma's absence and Shreyas Iyer being held back, I would have really liked if Surya Kumar Yadav had been given the nod, or for that matter, considering Riddhiman Saha has started practicing in the nets, but considering his age, considering his both hamstrings were injured, I would have thought that India might have announced a backup keeper in Ishan Kishan. That was not to be. So let's just keep our fingers crossed and hope cricket wins in the end. Big match is starting tomorrow. New Zealand versus West Indies. Something to look forward to. So I guess that's all that I have in this edition. Again, so guys, if you like my channel, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you don't like it, leave it in the feedbacks. We would be glad to address it. And give us a shout out if you can. That would help us a lot. That's all that I have for today. Stay fit, stay healthy. Have a good rest of the day.